What is the marriage mindset that I should follow? We never have been taught about marriage in school, college, and I see a lot of couples struggling. Should I be nice? Should I be direct? What should I do? Should I separate from my family? Should I stay? I'm going to address 5 alive and fearless marriage mindsets which we talk about in coaching when we do couple coaching. And I think this is going to help you. So anyone who's married, please watch this entire video till the end. Hey, this is Mutsa Badri, and on this channel we help ambitious people build a life and business that they love without compromising their happiness, health, or identity. So if it sounds like a good fit, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and make sure that you watch all our marriage videos which we have shot before. So let's begin. 5 alive and fearless marriage mindsets. Let's start with the first one. Parents of the spouse, the wife and the husband. Should they be given equal weightage, or is the husband's parents more weightage and the wife's parents are less? The mindset here should be that both parents are equal. Often we see that the husband is more inclined to helping his father, mother, and the wife's father and mother come secondary. If they are struggling financially, if they are struggling medically, and if there's no help, often I see that is secondary. I have to look at my parents, and the wife has to serve the husband's parents first. Take permission of the husband's parents. Everything happens based on the husband's parents, and not much weightage or authority is given to the wife's parents. Here the mindset upgrade is both parents are equal, and the husband and the husband's finance, or obviously the family, the wife and the husband's finance is equally distributed in terms of if the wife's parents need some support financially, it has to be equally distributed and given equal weightage. So that's about the parents. And obviously respect equally has to be given. The wife is not supposed to do everything for the husband's parents, but the husband is like, if I have time, I will do. Or if we have time, we'll go and help or even stay. Or if the wife's parents need some emotional support or medical support, it should be given equal. Second is income versus work. Both couples have to distribute and decide who's going to make the income and who's going to work. It is not necessary that the husband only has to make an income and the wife cannot make an income and has to stay home and do the housework or take care of the kids. Not necessary. It is a mutual decision. If the husband wants to stay home, manage the housework, and if the wife wants to work, that's fine. If both want to work and distribute the housework equally, that's also fine. So it's not a thumb rule. The husband and the wife both have to mutually decide and agree upon distribution of work at home and the responsibility of running the house or making the income outside. Now, even if the wife is working and the husband is working, I often see the wife is compelled to bring all her finances and give it to the husband. Not necessary. If the husband is decided to take responsibility of the house and house expenses, but the wife is doing a side business and she's making her own income, she can keep the income. She doesn't have to hand it over to the in-laws or the husband has full access and then the wife goes and asks for money or gives account or has to take permission. It's not important. It's not today's generation. The mindset update is the wife can keep her finance and have a choice to share if she wants to contribute in whichever way. So work and income and housework has to be distributed mutually based on your parameters, talent, income capacities, and what brings you more joy, basically. The third one is living separate. This is a big question where parents are like, no, I will keep my son with me and daughter-in-law and everybody, we're going to live in a joint family and we're not going to separate, and because that shows love and care, or people have a stigma against the kids living separate. My question is this: when the wife can leave her parents and come and marry you, why does she have to marry you with your parents, right? She's marrying the spouse, the husband. She's not marrying the husband's parent or the husband's parents' home. So your husband has to probably take a decision, if you can, if it's financially feasible. Obviously, I recommend living separately. Why? Because now you are a different family and entity, and you should be getting the freedom. Your wife should have the freedom to live the way she wants, to build the house the way she wants. She has aspirations, she has dreams of building her house the way she wants, beautifying it, arranging things. Now, what happens when the wife comes to your home? Your mom and wife often have conflicts because your mom, the husband's mom, the mother-in-law, has been keeping the house in a particular way, and the wife does not get authority to change anything. In fact, she has to adopt to the current culture, mindset, and how the house works. Now, my recommendation and the mindset that I'm giving is, if you can, yes, please do separate, live happily separately, live the way you want. And parents who are listening to this, if you can, you should financially, if you can, you should separate your son and let him build his own family, build his own life, and both parents, both the husband and wife, can live and build and create a life that they want on their terms. The fourth point is relationship management. How do I manage my relationship with my in-laws? Should I say directly? Should I go via? So my recommendation, the fourth mindset of marriage is, each spouse has to manage his or her own relationship with the in-laws directly. What do I mean is, if the wife has some issues with the mother-in-law, the wife has to directly deal with it. If the mother-in-law has an issue with the daughter-in-law, she has to directly deal with it. You do not, route each communication through the husband. And husbands, for you, you have to stay out. If your wife comes to you with a complaint of your mother, please go talk to her directly. If your mother comes with a complaint of your wife, please deal with her directly. And the spouse should have the freedom to talk directly the way they want. If there is some conflict, if there's some misunderstanding, go talk, communicate, deal with it like adults. You don't need to have fear, oh, how can I speak to my mother-in-law? Obviously, you have to be respectful, soft, polite, communicate correctly, and not like, come from irritation, anger. But if you do it correctly, you need to manage your individual relationships. Now, what happens that if you go via, it just creates more stress. It creates more trouble for the husband. And if the husband takes the mother's side, the wife is upset. If the husband takes the wife's side, the mother is upset. And it just kind of puts more friction between the couple, between the husband and wife. So ideally, if you can stay separate, all these issues will, kind of eliminate. But if you have to stay together, let each individual manage his or her own relationship with the extended family around the marriage. The fifth point, the fifth mindset is, conflict and fights are going to happen, right? It's inevitable. And whenever the couples fight, I see a lot of times that they land up not speaking to each other, but they'll end up speaking to their own families. So the wife goes to her mom, dad, or whoever, brother, sister, starts talking. The husband has no other option but to go to mom and dad. And obviously, if you're staying together, mom, dad already is seeing, is already observing, is already judging. So lot of outside influence comes into the couple's lives, and that just makes it more bad, more complicated, more horrible. So I would recommend, the mindset is, you are a partner. You have decided to spend your entire life together. You don't need to communicate everything that happens in the marriage outside. It has to be private, it has to be internal. And if you need support, if you just cannot manage your marriage, take a professional help. Go to a marriage counselor, go to a person who can help you and is an expert in the topic of marriage. Because your parents might not be expert, they might just come out of experience. I totally get it. But that experience might not be worthwhile right now for you. And again, both parties giving their experience could also land in conflict. The wife's parents could say something, the husband's parents could say something, and then ultimately you guys land up fighting and your marriage goes bad. So, and also understand that you both are in partnership. It's a lifetime partnership. The wife is leaving her family and parents. The husband should also exit, and both of you as partners are building your life for future. And then obviously when you have kids or you're already having kids, this is your unit. Husband, wife, father, mother, and your kids are your unit, not your extended family, not the grandparents, not the uncle and aunts. They are the outer circle now. So you need to build your inner circle, becoming a team, and keep everything inside and not share outside, and only share with people who can really make a difference in your life. So I hope these 5 marriage mindsets help you upgrade yourself and eliminate the old mindset, bring in the new mindset, start executing it, start understanding. If you have any questions, post it below the video, and make sure that if you need to rewatch the video. I know it's difficult. I know people don't accept change, but at least you know now what is the right mindset, and hopefully you will be able to implement it without any confusion and more clarity and more confidence. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, again, post it below the video. Stay alive, stay fearless, dream big, and keep staying strong. I'll see you soon in the next video.